No doubt about it. I think the three you picked there, a lot of people would have on their list as well. It has been a fantastic 2009 season, and we're not done yet. Shift our attention now to Rob Kehoe, the man behind the curtain, if you will, to help with a lot of these broadcasts and the show. The points that Keith brings out, a lot of on-the-field type stuff, but collegiate sports, there's more to it than that, isn't there?
Well, there certainly is, and as we're entering the phase of the season where on the women's side the conference champions have all been crowned, we're into the NCAA tournament where on December 6th the women's national champion will be crowned. We're in the men's conference championship games this weekend, and December 13th will crown the national championship. But this also recognizes the fact that we're in the awards and recognition phase of the season, and we recognize much on the field, but Soccer Coaches Association of America also recognizes academic performance. We have a Scholar Athlete Award, and then we have Team Academic All-America Awards as well. And for a team to qualify for the Team Academic All-America Award, everybody on the team accumulatively has to have and equal out to a 3.0 or above average. And we're highlighting tonight the top 10 men's and women's teams around the country. And we can see on the men's side, we have Bucknell, Columbia, Dartmouth, DePaul, Hartwick, Long Island University, Loyola University of Chicago, Marist College, Stanford University, and West Virginia. On the women's side, we have Bucknell, Central Michigan, Denver, DePaul, Eastern Illinois, Indiana State. And then we continue on with Memphis, Kent State, Loyola of Chicago, Niagara, and Rice. And you notice on these designations there are asterisks. And all of those teams that had asterisks, both on the men's and women's side, represent that both the men's and women's teams at those universities qualified for Team Academic All-America honors. And we're very, very proud of that fact that in soccer, the value of academics is held as high as the performance on the field. And you look at programs like Keith mentioned, Stanford and Akron, undefeated. Both of those teams are recognized as Team Academic Award winners as well.
Not only that, Rob, you look across the country and teams are represented from all over the country, which brings me to my next point, getting exposure to those. Fox Soccer Channel has been a big part of that. Describe the relationship between the NSCAA and Fox and what that means to the sport.
Well, we have a terrific partnership. The National Soccer Coaches Association of America partnering with the Soccer Destination Channel, Fox Soccer Channel, to be able to profile and highlight the games. And we go coast to coast and lanes into the mountains. And again, this year we've been so pleased to have in this concluding of our 12 games men's package, our 8 games of women's package, to see some terrific teams. Many are in the NCAA tournament. We've gone to the large schools that possibly have more recognition than others, to some schools that don't get as much profile and visibility, but it's part of the package that we host with a view of promoting college soccer, which is great for the sport in the community and nationally.
And I know you work long hours to make sure that the broadcasts go off without a hitch, and a lot of work that goes on behind it. You also want to give some thanks to some other people as well.
Well, first of all, the staff of the National Soccer Coaches Association of America don't get recognized nearly as much as they should, because there's a lot of people in the background that work to make this production possible. And also from that, Fox Soccer Channel, our partner to produce as well as cultural videos. David Bolton, Matt Martin, our magic man in the truck, Eric Grossman, all the work that they do to give us the great presentation of the game. Our primary sponsors, Adidas, one of the wonderful relationships that has been shared with the National Soccer Coaches Association of America through the years, and our new sponsor this year that has been featured on our coaches interviews. They'll be sponsoring the National Coach of the Year, our featured turf sponsor. All of these people we're so thankful for to make this production a reality.
Appreciate you stopping by, and that is it. That is the finale of the Men's Review Show, but not just yet. We got to highlight not only the top people that helped, but the top schools as well. So let's take a look at the NSCAA Top 25 final regular season rankings. And again, as Keith, as you mentioned, how about those Akron Zips? 18-0, absolutely perfect. Can anybody slow them down?
Well, you know, it's when you get into the NCAA tournament, it's 1 and out. There's a lot of pressure on that. Who knows? But, you know, one thing is, final season ranking, and they are going to be #1 in the final ranking. I mean, that doesn't change right now. Congratulations, Caleb Porter.
You look at the rest, 4 of the next top 6 are ACC schools. What a dominant conference. Is the national champion going to come from the ACC, do you think?
Well, I think the national championship every year could come from the ACC, and, there's the semifinal for the ACC is, Wake Forest and Virginia. Don't be surprised to see both of those teams in the College Cup.
And then UCLA rounds out the top 10.
Yeah, and UCLA, the Pac-10 conference champions.
As we flip the chart and we look at the next 10, some teams that jump out. Obviously, we're here for an Ivy League matchup. Talk about Harvard.
Yeah, well, Harvard, they've been controlling the Ivy League, and if they win this weekend, they'll be the Ivy League champs. But, they're certainly going to be the NCAA tournament again.
Now, they've got 4 losses, but at number 17 is Stanford.
Yeah, and I think, Brett Simon is going to be taking Stanford back to the NCAA tournament after a number of years out of it. Congratulations. A fantastic year for Stanford. They play Cal final weekend.
And then rounding out the top 20 is NC State.
Yeah, and NC State, George Tarantini, they're doing it in the semifinals of the ACC as well.
And then jumping in the top, as you look at the last 5 of the top 25, the Buckeyes from Ohio State.
Yeah, I tell you, the Buckeyes are going to be, they're making a run. They won the Big Ten regular season. They're going for the Big Ten tournament. Another team back into the NCAA no matter what happens. Now we look at the player of the week, Matt Marson, a junior from Providence. 2 game-winning goals in the Big East tournament, one against Villanova to lead the Friars 2-1, and then in overtime at Connecticut, couple minutes left in the first overtime period, he scores the goal to defeat Connecticut 1-0. Congratulations, Matt Marson, Providence.
The final NSCAA game of the week featured an Ivy League clash between Princeton and Yale. It was senior night, but it was a sophomore that took over as Princeton gets a 4-0 win against their Ivy League rivals. Let's take a look at the highlight.
Yeah, well, Steve, again, this was Princeton all night long, and here's the early ball by Ben Harms through, catching Yale up high, and this is Matt Sander putting a first-time ball in, and the first goal of 3 for Antoine Happeneau, and again, you see this ball coming in, but this is the pass, a first-time pass behind the defense, Happeneau charging in. Excellent finish, and now here's what happens. Shortly after that, Happeneau retaliates. He gets a yellow card. He needed to, just need to take more control of himself. But I tell you, he took out his frustration, on Yale as this game goes. Here's another through ball, again beating the Yale defense high up. It's Happeneau going after Chris Denon, cuts inside, beats Travis Chulik to the side. Goal number 2, 2-0 at half. Another look at this goal, and pulls it back on the wet field, just skips in. And then it's Yale trying to get back. This is Brad Rose coming in, a shot. Lynch making the first save. Kevin Pope for Yale. Looks like he's going to make it a 1-goal game, but Lynch stays on top. It's 2-0 at half. And now here's a through ball. Chulik coming out with the save. Sander with a shot off the crossbar. Happeneau standing alone. May have been offsides. I think he was, but it counts anyways. That's his hat trick. 3-0 right now. And again, this is, Tim Sedgwick's coming in, and I guess he wanted a goal. He had a chance earlier, and he puts this one away for goal number 4. It's 4-0 for Princeton. Congratulations. This team is definitely going to the NCAA tournament, and they're on a high and on a roll.
They were shooting the lights out. That was the 99th meeting. Yale leads 42-34 at 22 in the series, but Princeton was better on the night. This segment is brought to you by the NSCAA. For more information, you can visit them at www.nscaa.com.